Hello friends, today I am giving tutorials on dynamic programming, basically what it is and why it is required. So basically dynamic programming involves like storing the results. When you know like particular thing is occurring more than once, mostly in the occurrences. So suppose you are calculating factorial or some other recursion based question, so in that there will be recalculation again and again. So in order to avoid those, we can use dynamic programming. We can use extra memory to store those results, and we can use those results afterwards. So basically, I'll now today I am solving unique paths question in the lead code. So I will solve first it. I'll be solving it first recursively. Then afterwards we will be solving it by dynamic programming, so that I can show you the difference between what's the major advantage dynamic programming gives to us. So a robot is located at the top left corner of M into N grid marked start in the diagram below. You can see the start location. The robot can only move either down or right at any point in the time. The robot is trying to reach the bottom right corner of the grid marked finish in the diagram below. How many possible unique paths are there? So it is like in how many number of ways this robot can reach to the finish line. So again, what we are thinking is we'll start in the reverse order. Like we'll start with the finish, and we'll just check whether we can reach to the zeroth location, but just by moving up and down. So recursively, how we can do it? Let's see. I'll write another function over here. So it's robot robot unique paths. So it will be returning the robot unique paths. Initially we will be given with this index, the finish index, which is m or m and n. So, okay, if this in the array based solution we will have the index from 0 0 location, but over here we are thinking of this start location is 1 1. So what we will do is, like, whenever we call this function we will be calling it m minus 1 and n minus 1. So if m equals 0 or n equals 0, so it means that either row is 0 or column is 0. So if we can reach over here also, we can reach to the start. If we can reach over here also, we can reach to start just by, so it's not an issue. Similarly, if you can think like even like, so again, so we are thinking like now it can move just top right to top left. It's like this, we just reverse the order. It's similar to, you can write with the solution which can have with the start location which will move right, left, it will move right or down. So not an issue. Again the same thing. So return 1, else return robot unique paths m minus 1 n plus n minus 1. So again we'll call this function. Let's return it. Let's submit it. Yes, it is getting accepted. Let's submit it. I was just running the code. So it is giving time limit exceeded. So what it means is like we were able to pass 41 test cases, but still 20 test cases. In those 20 test cases, the function was not able to finish in the time. It was not wrong, but it was not able to finish in the time given time range. So what can we think of the other way? So the reason for this is like in the recursion there will be calculation of the same thing again and again. So you can think of like this question, which is like if you are giving m and n, so it will split like m minus 1 n and n minus 1 m. Similarly it will like there will be a recursive tree afterwards, and in that recursive tree if you make the recursive tree out of it, formally it is called as recurrence relation. So if you made from this recurrence relation from this, you will be able to find like most of the things are computing again and again because of those conditions. This is taking extra time. So what we can do is we can create an extra array. Let's name it as memorization new int m and n. Again we have made it. So what we will do, so initially whenever we create an array, so it will be by default 0 0 0 will be set to it, 0 as a value. So we need to set it -1 so that we can identify whether the value was set or not. So what we will be doing is like whenever we are computing anything for any index m1 and n, suppose 3 or 2, 3 2, we will store it in that array, and so if that memory location is already computed earlier, so we will not compute again. So there will be lot of less of calls to the robot unique path recurrence function. So basically it will avoid much of the calculation. So let's initialize it with the initial values, which is -1. Okay, we set. Now we'll make some modification to this code. Now it will accept two-dimensional array. Memory location. So what it will do, it will just calculate if memory of m minus 1 and n equals -1, then only it will calculate. What it will do, it will call to just this method and it will store to it. So mem of m minus 1 and n will be equal to this if memory of m n minus 1 equal minus 1. So we'll call this. Okay, so the thing is, if memory is already calculated at some point of time, if this function was called with the same value, then it will have, this memory will have that value, so it will not calculate. Since it is equal to minus 1, it means that it was not calculated earlier, as its value could have changed. So like this, we'll again change it and will return sum of sum of this plus sum of this. So I think it should be minus 1. Okay, let's see. I'll call this as memory. Okay, let's see whether it is getting executed or not. Memory mem m minus 1 n robot unit paths. What's the issue? mem m minus 1 n minus n minus 1 equals to minus 1 is equals to robot unique paths. So what's the problem? Method robot unique path in a class cannot be applied to. Okay, sorry, I forgot to send memory array. So let's call it. It is getting accepted. Let's submit it. So it's faster than 100%. So you can see like there is a difference in the execution speed because of dynamic programming. So this is the major application of dynamic programming. The reason for this is, in the recursion there will be like hundreds of calculation, and those calculation will have the redundant calculations. So in order to just check this, you need to work on recurrence relation. Just create the recurrence relation of this problem and just check those, like what will be the repeated. So you can have like some easy inputs, like some small value, and just you can check like there will be multiple instances where the thing will be recalculated again and again. If we just make sure that we can avoid those, then we will be able to achieve lot less complexity of time. So you can see the results earlier. Because of the recursion, the solution was not getting accepted, but now it is getting accepted. So but the thing is, the dynamic programming it's not that easy to apply again and again, because it needs practice. Just do practice, you will be able to. Thank you. Have a nice day.